On a certain stormy November night, Rose became 1 year old. Our daughter Rose Pascoe. I wasn't on duty. Any villainy that night would be the province of my colleague, George Headingley. Ellie and I could relax and celebrate with wine and wassail, while the small person most concerned greeted the whole affair with huge indifference. That same night, 3 old men who felt far from indifferent died laughing. Westerman, the accident victim, survived long enough to gasp 4 equivocal last words to the doctor in charge at the County General Hospital, and thereby cause a deal of trouble. The 3rd old man who died was Robert Deeks. He was already dead when they brought him in, and he was murdered.
Robert Deeks, aged 73, 25 Welfare Lane.
Dead on arrival?
Yes, Inspector. He was alive when his daughter found him. Just. He died in the ambulance. He'd taken a battering and there were deep cuts around the neck and shoulders.
Battered to death?
Well, I'd guess the immediate cause of death was heart failure. I hadn't done a detailed examination. It's been a bit hectic here tonight in casualty. But I'd say heart failure brought on by shock. A vicious assault in the course of a robbery. That's murder in my book, whatever the law says. It was robbery, I suppose.
I don't know the details yet. Our constable reported it as a break-in, but we'll have to wait and see what's missing, if anything. Is the daughter still here?
She is, but I'm afraid you can't talk to her. I've kept her in overnight and given her a sedative. She was badly shaken.
There are some nasty people about. A busy night, you say?
Yes, a bad night for the old. He was the 3rd.
What?
Oh, not the 3rd murder. 1 old man dead from exposure, 1 killed in a road accident. A bit odd, that, actually.
Odd?
Yes, there's a constable here about it now. You might like to have a word with him if you've got a moment.
Any particular reason?
He seems vague about whether the driver was breathalyzed or not. The fellow's here in the waiting room stinking of scotch.
Is he now? Any passengers, any witnesses?
There's another man with him. I assumed he was the passenger.
I'll look into it. We'll need a full-scale post-mortem on Deeks, of course.
I'll get on to the pathologist now.
And I'll have a word with our constable. What was the accident victim's name?
Philip Westerman, aged 70.
No, not a good night for the old.
George Headingley was about to make the acquaintance of the late Philip Cater Westerman and open Pandora's box.
I've been on to the pathologist, Inspector. Post-mortem's 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Good.
Did you get a chance to talk to your constable about the accident?
I did. Apparently you said something to him about even a dying man smelling whiskey.
That's right. Last words Westerman spoke.
What exactly did he say?
Right. Let me get it right. He said, driver, fat bastard, pissed. Now, that's a pretty straightforward deathbed declaration, wouldn't you say?
It would seem so. Would you mind if I used your phone?
Be my guest.
Privately, if I may.
Why not? All yours. I'll leave you to it.
I can't think what I've done with my hat on it.
No, you don't.
What?
Hold on a second.
Yes?
I think the police might like another word before you go. Constable?
Yes, sir.
I want to be quite sure, for my own peace of mind, that you have administered a breathalyzer test.
You too, friend.
I should have thought that was obvious.
Dr. Sutton?
I was just inquiring about the breathalyzer test, Inspector.
Yes, all right. Sorry, sir.
Did you say?
Yes, he did.
Excuse me, but who are you?
DL's the name. Detective Superintendent DL, if you want the whole bloody issue. You're Dr. Livingston, I presume.
My God, I get it now. It's a nice little cover-up.
Of what? By whom?
Of drunken driving causing death of the police by the police.
No one's asked me who I am.
All right, let's have your name and rank.
No rank. Plain Mr. Charlesworth, Arnold Charlesworth. I'm not a policeman, I'm a bookmaker. And I am more than happy to be breathalyzed again.
And why should anyone want to breathalyze you?
It's the law, Doctor. You see, I was driving the car that killed that poor devil. The superintendent here was just my passenger. And my breath test was negative. So stuff that in your stethoscope and diagnose it.
And that was where I came in. Rose was tucked up in bed, and Ellie and I were finishing the wine and looking forward to the wassail when the telephone rang. It was Sergeant Weald, an invaluable officer. Apart from his considerable ability, he was so ugly that the mere sight of him has been known to terrify nervous suspects into confession. But this particular evening, I could have done without the news he gave me.
What? But Mr. Headingley's on duty tonight. Busy. I see. What's your address? 25 Welfare Lane. Thank you. I'll be round.
A break-in?
Worse. An old man's dead. Sorry, love.
And I'm going away tomorrow.
I know. You have to go, I suppose.
Yes. Yes, I think I do, Peter. Dad and Mum haven't seen Rose for ages, and, well, I'm a bit worried about Dad. He hasn't been really right since that bad turn he had. He keeps forgetting things. But if you really mind...
If you let yourself go, you might break your own record for getting close to asking my permission. That'd be nice. But I need the request in writing, or no one would believe it.
Very funny. Anyway, why do you have to turn out tonight? What's wrong with George Headingley?
Well, there seems to be some snag.
Snag? What sort of snag?
I don't know. Weald never uses two words where one will do, but it's a bit more than that. When I asked about George Headingley, he said he was busy. I mean, just that. Flat. Implication, don't ask questions.
That's a bit cheeky.
No, not cheeky. More guarded. Oh, well, I had much more interesting plans for the rest of the evening.
Never mind, love. They'll keep, I hope.
I hoped, too. I thought bitter thoughts about George Headingley and wondered why, if there were a problem, nobody had called in Andy Dalziel. Superintendent Andrew Dalziel. Fat Andy. Not altogether popular with authority was Andy. He was too fat, too foul-mouthed, too fond of a glass, and too short on the social graces. But he was my boss, my mentor, and my friend, and he was a bloody good policeman. Sometimes I worried about Andy Dalziel. The first arm of the law on the scene of the Deeks killing had been Police Constable Hector, part of a new intake Dalziel had, regrettably, christened Maggie's Morons. Hector was 6'6" and ashamed of it. His usual posture was bent almost double in an effort to shave 6 inches off his height. Fortunately, Sergeant Weald had taken charge.
Method of entry, back door. Key and lock inside, glass panel broken, hand through. Easy.
Too easy. And Constable Hector here was first on the scene,
Yes.
Tell me about it, Constable.
Sir?
Tell me what you found when you got here.
Oh, right. Well, I came on duty at 6 p.m. on Friday, November...
No. From when you got here. And in your own words, please.
Those are my own words, sir.
Yes, but you're not in the witness box. Just talk to me as you talk to your...
Self?
Thank you, Sergeant. Go on, son.
Well, when I got here, I found Mrs. Frostick and a lot of other people.
Who's Mrs. Frostick?
Mrs. Frostick is Mr. Deeks' daughter, sir. Mr. Deeks is a deceased of this abode.
Who were the other people?
Neighbours, I think, sir.
Think? You've got their names and addresses, haven't you?
Some of them. It was all a bit confused, sir. A lot of people had come running in when Mrs. Frostick called for help.
What were all these people doing?
Some of them were upstairs with the deceased.
Was he by then?
Sir?
Deceased.
He didn't look good, sir.
The murdered man did not look good. So some were upstairs and some, I presume, downstairs.
Yes, sir. Comforting Mrs. Frostick, making cups of tea and that sort of thing.
In the living room.
Mrs. Frostick was in the living room and they were making tea in the kitchen. That's where the oven is, sir.
Thank you. And what did you do when you got here?
Well, I had a look around and then went outside to call for assistance. It were a bit crowded in here, you see.
And where was Mr. Deeks?
Upstairs. They'd put him on his bed.
Thanks, Hector. Stop at the front door, will you, and help keep the sightseers away. Oh, and I'll want a list of everyone you found in the house when you arrive.
Yes, sir.
Well, at least he was pretty quickly on the scene.
He was just in the next street, having a cup of tea with his auntie, I suspect. She lives round the corner.
I see. No brownie points there, then. You better tell me everything.
You know most of it now, sir. The daughter got alarmed when he didn't answer the phone, so she came round and found him half-conscious in the bath. She couldn't lift him out, so she got the next-door neighbour to help. She says he was alive then, just. He died in the ambulance. Post-mortem's in the morning. Oh, yeah, and sir.
Yes?
Either someone rang the Evening Post or their man was listening in when Hector buzzed us. He turned up shortly after I did.
Yes, Sam Ruddleston,
Well, that's the one. He asked a few questions and then set off for the hospital. At least, I think that's where he was going.
You've got everything sewn up so nicely, I don't see why you needed to bother me.
Thank you, sir.
Incidentally, why did you?
What?
Bother me. Mr. DL out of reach? Mr. Headingley busy?
I'm not sure what's going on, sir.
Going on? What do you mean?
Something seems to have come up at the hospital.
To do with this case?
I don't think so. When Hector reported this lot, Mr. Deeks was still alive. Mr. Headingley went to the hospital, but about half an hour later he rang me and said Deeks was dead and his daughter was under sedation. Then, he said, something had come up and asked me to contact you. He was going to be occupied with this other thing.
What about Mr. DL?
Well, I asked if he wanted me to get hold of Mr. DL too, but he said there was no need for that. He sounded very cagey. He said he'd explain to you later.
I see. Well, I'll have a word with the next-door neighbour, then I'm off to the hospital. And if I find George Headingley in intensive care, it'll just about justify my getting mixed up in this lot. I take it all back. You've got yourself a real mess there, George.
You can say that again. I'm sorry I got you called out, but I got this feeling I was going to be needed mopping up after DL. And I was right.
What the hell was he doing driving around with Arnie Charlesworth?
Careful. Charlesworth's a respected member of the community. All right. So he's a bookie and a bit of a hard case, not the kind of man we should be seen taking favours from, but he's completely legit, and he's a big charity man. Mayor's Parlour, Rotary, Masons, he's welcome everywhere.
So it's only suspicious bastards like you and me who'll be worried about DL hobnobbing with this respectable citizen.
I hope so. But I've got a nose for trouble, Peter. It's not Charlesworth that bothers me. It's this other thing. And Sam Ruddleston.
Oh, God. Is Sam Ruddleston onto this?
He rang me and asked about the Deeks case. I said you were on it, and I was sure you'd be pleased to cooperate fully with the press.
Oh, thanks a lot.
And then he asked, dead casual, about the accident. Said he understood Mr. DL was a passenger and Arnie was driving.
Well, that's all right then.
Wait for it. I was just going to ring off when he said, but it was Mr. DL's car, wasn't it?
What? Was it?
I didn't know. I'd assumed it was Charlesworth's. I waffled round it, but it got me worried. God knows what that daft doctor said to him.
And what could he say? Westerman's last words about the driver being pissed. I mean, that's all.
That's enough. That doctor'd managed to work up a fair head of steam. Even when Arnie said he was the driver, it didn't calm him down. Not that I didn't have some sympathy with him. Bloody Charlesworth just stood there, puffing out cigar smoke and sneering like he was saying, that's my story. Prove different.
You don't think there could be anything different, do you?
No, not Andy DL's style. Mind you, he was as drunk as I'd ever seen him. I've as good as locked him in his office and told the lads on the exchange not to put any calls through. By the way, the Deputy Chief Constables approved everything, even unto my handing the Deeks inquiry on to you. Not that I wouldn't sooner have it back and leave someone else to deal with old chubby cheeks.
Well, thanks for briefing me. I'll tread carefully with this dastardly doctor.
Yes, do that.
The said dastardly doctor, John Sowden, turned out to be an overworked young man in his 20s, handsome enough to have all the nurses falling over backwards for him, but too tired at the moment to take advantage of such gymnastics. He agreed wearily to take me down to the hospital morgue so that I could see for myself all that was left of Robert Deeks. 3 bodies laid side by side, sheeted and labelled.
This is your man, Inspector, Robert Deeks. There. See? Cuts to throat and shoulders, bruises here and here.
Yes. Nasty.
I'd say certainly caused by a fist.
Hard enough to damage the knuckles.
Possibly.
Well, thanks. That'll do until the pathologist takes a look.
Well, you won't need a pathologist to tell you how the next one died.
No? Why's that?
Road accident, hadn't you heard?
It's hard to keep track of all the road deaths. More's the pity. And the next one. How about him?
Well, at least he's straightforward, poor old devil. Died of exposure on a playing field, would you believe?
I wasn't really interested, but I wanted to avoid discussing the road accident. Dr. Sowden drew back the sheet that covered body number 3, and I looked at the late Thomas Arthur Parinder. A thin aquiline face, which might have been carved out of marble, but for a patch of broken skin on the left temple. Rum? Was he drunk?
I don't think so. He had a half bottle in his pocket. It smashed when he fell, but the seal was unbroken.
Ah, you're doing our work now. So what happened?
Slipped in the mud as he was taking a shortcut across the recreation ground. Broke his hip. He must have lain there for hours, and he wasn't very warmly clothed.
That wound on his head.
He must have gone down a real wallop. Cracked his head on a stone.
Which hip did he break?
The right one. Why?
He broke it by falling on it.
Yes.
Then wouldn't you expect any damage to the head in the fall to be on the right side too? This is on the left.
The right side would be more likely, yes. But the body's capable of infinite contortions, especially an old, poorly coordinated body out of control in a fall. If you're hinting at a mugging, I looked in his pocket to see his name, and he had his pension book with several banknotes inside it and a purse with a lot of silver.
I see.
I think you and your colleagues could usefully take a course on suspicious circumstances, what to ignore and what to follow up. Now, if you've finished, I'll see you out.
Thank you. He made no bones about speeding the parting guest. Not that I minded. There wasn't much else I could learn that night, or so I thought. I'd reckon without the fourth estate.
Good evening, Mr. Pascoe.
Hello, Sam. Not feeling up to the mark, eh?
You what?
This is a hospital. What brings you here?
Same as you, I expect.
The Deeks case?
That too. But I wanted another word with Dr. Sowden here, if he can spare a moment.
What is it?
Just to check on what you thought Mr. Westerman said before he died.
Look, I'm not sure I should really be talking to the press about it. I mean, a patient's dying words. In a sense, they're confidential.
Like a confession, you mean? I can see that, and I won't quote you. Well, probably not. But something else came up after I spoke to you.
Oh?
The accident happened in Paradise Road, didn't it? I thought perhaps Mr. Dalziel and Mr. Charlesworth might have been coming from the Paradise Hotel, and I was right. I spoke to the owner. They had dinner there. I got a hint that Mr. Dalziel was a trifle the worse for wear when they left. Not that that signifies, as he was the passenger. Only...
Only what?
Only I thought I'd get a bit of background on Westerman, so I called at the Towers where he was staying. And it turns out that the bursar there had dinner at the Paradise Hotel too. She doesn't know Mr. Dalziel from Adam, but she knows Mr. Charlesworth by sight. And she said when she was leaving, she saw the two of them getting into a car. Only it wasn't Arnie Charlesworth who got into the driving seat and drove away. It was the fat, drunk one. A quote, of course.
And that left a question mark hovering over Andy Dalziel's massive head. But that was George Headingley's problem, not mine. I got home to Ellie well after midnight. Unfortunately, by then, I was as tired as Dr. Sowden. Next morning, she was off early.
There's plenty of stuff in the fridge, Peter. Look, you're all right for a few days, but if you heat up any of the pre-cooked stuff, be sure to cook it thoroughly. And better not use the microwave. Stick to the cooker.
The cooker and I have met before.
Your clean underwear's in the second drawer down in the bedroom.
And that's a chair, and that's a table, and there's a door. I haven't lived with a liberated woman these past 70 years or whatever without becoming moderately self-sufficient.
Bosh. Any more of that and I'll leave Rosie in your charge.
I wouldn't mind. She's a pleasanter prospect than anything I've got to look forward to, nappy changing and all. Bye, Rosie. Mwah.
One for me?
Bye, darling. Give my love to the old folk.
I will.
She went off cheerfully enough, but I could tell it was something of an effort. I knew my wife, and she was worried. I thought about my father-in-law. Old age, lurking in the shadows with a sand-filled sock to knock us all out in the end. This cheerless thought brought me back to my duties in the hospital morgue. No shocks at the post-mortem. The pathologist confirmed everything Dr. Sowden had said. The odd thing was that the most straightforward case bothered me the most. I went away thinking of Thomas Arthur Parinder. All right, it was probably a simple mishap. Old man slips, breaks hip, dies from exposure, but the but stuck. So I sent for one of our brighter young constables, Dennis Seymour, and dispatched him on what might well prove to be the wildest of wild goose chases.
Just go over the area where Parinder was found and see if you can spot anything that might have caused the wound on his temple. A stone, a bit of wood, anything that would bruise and break the skin if he fell on it.
Yes, sir. Something that might be blood-stained?
Maybe, maybe not. Collect anything that looks at all possible. A protuberance about 2 inches in diameter, according to the pathologist. I'm sending Constable Hector with you, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Hector hardly qualified as a lovely surprise, but I reckoned it was Seymour's turn to put up with him. I wondered fleetingly what DL would say about this diversion of manpower. Then I remembered that he had other things on his mind this particular morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning, George. I must say the canteen does a bloody good fry-up if you're feeling up to it. This murder in Welfare Lane, how we doing?
Pascoe's handling that, Mr. DL.
Yeah, so you said last night. Yes, I do remember. What made you drag him out?
The Deputy Chief's just come in, sir. He'd like a word, if you don't mind.
Is that what he said? If I don't mind?
Not exactly.
All right. Well, you go and tell him, George. You tell him.
Sir?
You tell him I'll be along.
Andy, come you in. Sit down. Look, I'm sorry, but the thing is this. We've got ourselves a bit of a problem.
You've got a problem? How can CID help? Something personal? Someone putting the black on? Photos, maybe? You can rely on me, sir.
You were involved in a car accident last night.
I was in a car that was involved in an accident, that's right.
It was your car. So you were involved, whether you were driving or not.
Weather? There's no weather about it. I wasn't.
I've had the editor of the Post onto me. One of his reporters has unearthed a witness who says she saw you getting into the driver's seat of your car outside the Paradise Hotel and driving away.
She?
A lady of unimpeachable character and, as far as I know, excellent eyesight.
Had she been drinking, maybe?
Not so that anyone noticed. Though you apparently had.
That's likely right. That'll be why I didn't drive. Arnie Charlesworth drove. You'll know him, being a gambling man. Arnie's not a drinker. Was once, but now he doesn't touch the stuff. It'll all be in his statement. You've got his statement?
Yes, Andy, I've got his statement.
Grand. Now, let's get on to this problem of yours, shall we?
Andy, what you must understand is our need to appear absolutely impartial in this. The editor of the Post behaved very responsibly by putting the information in my hands.
Information? What information? I've told you what happened. Is somebody trying to make a liar out of me?
There's also the matter of Dr. Sowden at the County General. He claims the deceased said something before dying which implied he thought you were the driver of the car. All this could be very damaging if the Post decided to use it. Worse, of course, if one of the less scrupulous national papers took it up.
I've had enough of this. Bloody journalists. Who runs the police in this country? Us or the newspapers?
Sit down and shut up. Now, Mr. DL, let me tell you something. All that's bothering the press at the moment is whether a drunken police officer is trying to wriggle out of a manslaughter charge. Bothers me too. But what bothers me almost as much is what the hell you were doing consorting with Arnold Charlesworth.
Why? What's wrong with Arnie?
Has it escaped your notice, you who usually manage to know what's in my in-tray before I get near it, that Arnold Charlesworth is currently being investigated by Customs and Excise for evasion of betting tax? Just imagine what the press will make of that when it comes out. Senior police officer entertained by crooked bookie. What the hell are you playing at?
There's now been proved against Arnie. He's an old mate of mine. Any road, I notice you don't ask me who else was eating with us.
Not the Archbishop of Canterbury?
No, Barney Castle.
Barney Castle?
Major Barney Castle.
Who the devil's he? Something big in the Sally Army, I suppose.
You'll have heard of Sir William Pledger, Haycroft Grange.
I've heard of Sir William Pledger, yes.
Big mate of the Chief Constable's.
Is he?
Yes, you can ask the Chief yourself when he gets back from his trip to the Bahamas.
What's this to do with you and...
Major Castle's Sir William Pledge's estate manager. He knows the chief pretty well, too, through arranging shooting parties and the like. Arnie Charlesworth's been up to Haycroft Grange, too. That's how he knows the Major. I thought I might try it myself. I've got an open invitation.
I'm not much in favour of blood sports. Anyway, all this is beside the point. A policeman's got to be more careful than anyone else. What's all right for the public at large may not be all right for him. Look, Andy.
Aye?
You know how some people like to make mountains out of molehills. Might be a good idea to keep your head down for a couple of days. You must be a bit shaken up. You've got plenty of back leave and you've been pushing yourself a bit lately.
You want me to take some of my holidays, then? Not sick leave?
Holiday, sick leave, whatever you like. Go to Acapulco, Tibet, anywhere, so long as you don't talk to reporters. Understood?
Understood.
Andy,
Yes?
are you quite sure you weren't driving?
Andy Dalziel had never liked the deputy chief. He said unfairly that the DCC couldn't solve a kiddie's crossword, and accurately that he kept nought in his hospitality cupboard but sherry. The DCC on his side found his head of CID consistently troublesome and intermittently appalling, which in the present circumstances was a pity. One murder, one road accident, one death from exposure. When I set out to interview Robert Deaks's daughter, it seemed to me that the murder, paradoxically, was going to turn out the most straightforward case of the lot. Ah, how wrong can
Exit Lines by Reginald Hill, with Donald G. as Inspector Pascoe. 3 deaths, 3 questions. Who killed Robert Deeks? Who drove the car that knocked down Philip Westerman? And how did Thomas Parander die? Inspector Peter Pascoe wanted answers to them all. Part 3, Bugger Bogner.
I didn't look forward to Sunday morning. I had to take Dolly Frostick, née Deeks, to her dead father's house to check on what was missing. Her husband Alan insisted on coming with us. He was small and a touch aggressive, so I'd have preferred Mrs. Frostick by herself. But in the event, he proved a godsend, comforting her and steering her through the quicksands of painful memories with a genuinely tender concern. By the time we'd finished, I'd forgiven him everything. So, that's all that's missing. A small transistor radio, half a dozen campaign medals from the war, and a watch with a gold sovereign welded onto the chain.
He always said that was to be Charlie's, that and the medals. He wanted him to have the medals.
Oh, he'll be able to win his own now, won't he, love? Oh, come on, don't fret. Your dad always wanted Charlie to join up. He knew it was best for the lad. Just think, love, you'll be seeing Charlie soon, and he'll tell you for himself.
Now, Mrs. Frostick, think hard. Anything else you've noticed? Anything unusual?
Yes, the back door.
What about it?
Oh, that's how they got in, isn't it?
It looks like it. They broke the glass, put a hand through, and took the key out of the inside lock. I'm afraid he shouldn't have left it there.
But he didn't.
What? But that's...
No, I don't mean that. I know that must have been what happened. I mean, it's not like him. He never used to do that. Whenever he locked the back door, he put the key on the kitchen table. He was most particular about it. But he was failing, and I knew he was failing. Maybe if we paid more heed...
He wanted to be on his own, Dolly. You know that. And he might have been particular about not leaving the key in the door, but he was daft enough to leave a key in the washhouse, so what's the difference?
The washhouse? Where's that?
Out the back. He kept a spare key in the old boiler.
Can you show me?
Out this way.
Thank you.
There you are. That's the boiler. It's never used now. You can see he kept a lot of rubbish in it. Keys in the old tobacco tin.
So I see. Not clever, huh? How many people knew it was there?
Well, what's the odds? It wasn't used for the break-in.
Precisely. That's the interesting thing.
Aye?
Well, who did know?
Family, of course. Some of his mates, I shouldn't wonder. Next-door neighbour. Does it matter?
Yes. Anyone who knew would have used this key instead of breaking in. And what about money? Your wife said he sometimes kept cash in the house, and it appears he lent Charlie money to buy an engagement ring.
I know naught about that, except it was money badly spent. That little trollop.
Charlie's granddad must have liked her more than you did.
No, he thought she were rubbish.
Then why make the loan?
Who knows how an old man's mind works? I never spoke to him much myself, miserable old bugger. But we were agreed on Miss Bloody Andrea. I reckon he coughed up because Charlie had just told him he was joining the army. He'd have been overjoyed at that.
I'll keep this key if you don't mind.
Up to you. Have you done with Dolly now?
I just want her to have a look at the bathroom.
Where she found him? Oh, does she have to?
Yes, I'm sorry to ask her, but we have to be thorough.
Did all of this myself. Not the plumbing, of course. Cost a pretty penny, but puts value on a house. People expect a bathroom these days. I don't know how you managed without one, Dolly.
Just a quick look, Mrs. Frostick. Has anything changed?
Anything changed? It has. Oh, yes, it has. This used to be my room when I was a girl, Inspector. Wait a minute.
Yes?
There's scuffs on the paint, see? On the side of the bath. And then marks on the floor, weren't there?
Yes. I see. The vinyl's soft enough to take an impression. Yes. Thank you.
Probably a copper's big flat feet.
Maybe, yes. Right, Mrs. Frostick. I'm sorry to have to put you through all this, but it's been a great help. I'll just get Sergeant Wheeled up here and take a look, and then I'll drive you home. Wheeled confirmed my own thought. It would have taken a lot of pressure to make those prints, and possibly someone pushing poor old Deeks under. We'd know more after forensic reported. We drew up in front of the Frosticks' place, just as a girl came out of the house next door. A girl with bleached blonde hair, magenta-tipped, with an almost ceramic mask of makeup. This, without a doubt, was Andrea, Charlie's fiancée.
Hello, Mrs. Frostick. Sorry to hear about your old dad.
Oh, thank you, dear. Charlie's coming home for the funeral. Did your mum tell you?
Yeah. And when Charlie comes home, I'm going to tell him I want no more waiting. I want to be married straight off.
Straight off? Andrea, what do you mean?
I mean now, this week, when he's home.
But the church... You need a licence.
Register office. I'm not bothering with no licence. My dad wouldn't want to cough up anyway.
But he's not allowed to, the army.
Oh, they haven't bought him body and soul, have they? His life's still his own. They've houses over there in Germany, married quarters. They don't live in trees.
You'd want to go back with him?
Well, I wouldn't want to stay on here by myself.
Are you in trouble, girl?
No, I'm bloody not. Grow up. No one gets into trouble nowadays.
So what's the hurry all of a sudden? You were going to wait till he got posted back here, and that'll be a sight too early for me.
Yeah, pack me job in.
Now we're getting to it. What have you been doing?
Nothing. I got fed up. It's slave labour, and it's boring. Stupid toffee-nosed pair. Think they're God's gift.
I see. No job, nowhere to live, don't want to come back home, so you think you'll grab our Charlie?
I can get plenty of jobs. I got contacts. And maybe I won't go with Charlie, but I will if I want to. He'll want me to. We're engaged, or don't you remember?
It's the worst day's work he ever did.
Oh, get lost.
Oh, that Andrea. I told you, Inspector, didn't I? Bloody little trollop. You could see it when she was still at junior school, a trollop. Help her, Mum? Not likely. She up and left when her grandfather was moved downstairs. I thought she'd clear off, but she only went as far as that hotel. Chambermaid and waitress. Yeah, supposed to be a classy place, and they take on the likes of her.
Hold on. Which hotel?
Oh, that clip joint Paradise Hotel. Living in, that was the attraction. Getting away from her family. She'd not do that kind of work at home.
So, death number 1 was nudging into the territory of death number 2, which dear old George Headingley was investigating, not altogether happily. What officer would be happy looking into an accident that might have been due to his own boss's drunk driving? That Sunday morning, George was, at his own request, closeted with the deputy chief. He'd been as puzzled as I was by Mrs. Warsop's change of heart.
So nothing you said could be taken as inducing Mrs. Warsop to alter her story?
No, sir.
Then why did she alter it?
I don't know. I certainly didn't put pressure on her. And if I'd tried, I wouldn't have got very far. Anyway, there are 2 perfectly good witnesses that Mr. Dalziel wasn't driving. And one of them, Mr. Charlesworth, admits he was driving.
Yes. How did Charlesworth strike you?
He just states things flatly, as if he's not much interested, if you believe him or not. One thing's certain, though, he wasn't drunk. Nothing but Perrier water all night. Seems that's all he ever does drink.
A teetotal bookie. Perhaps he's too worried to drink. I'd better check up on Customs and Excise's investigation into his business. This Major Castle seems a reliable chap.
Yes, sir.
When was it you saw him?
Yesterday, at the airport. He was meeting Sir William Pledger's guests, European VIPs coming by private plane. Uniform branch were there, by the way.
Were they now? What for?
A Customs and Excise check. Seems Mr. Dalziel had set it up.
Did they find anything?
No, all clear. Sir?
Yes?
I wonder... That is, well, it's not very helpful if Mr. Dalziel's around and I bump into him. Like yesterday.
I understand. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. I'll have a word with him now. Won't be in church, will he?
Yes.
Andy, a moment of your time.
Hey? Oh. Yes, sir.
I wanted to have a word. These are difficult times for the police. Subversive propaganda and an irresponsible press. I suggested yesterday you might care to sample foreign parts. That was frivolous, but this isn't. Andy? Andy, you there?
If you're going to shout like that, where's the point in using the phone? What can I do for you, sir?
As I was saying, this isn't frivolous. A short break out of Yorkshire might do you the world of good. The South Coast? Eastbourne, perhaps? Or Bognor Regis?
Bognor.
What did Andy Dalziel have in common with the late King George V? No prizes offered. Ellie rang again on Sunday night. She sounded a bit more cheerful, so I hung on to the hope she'd be back as promised on Monday. In that hope, I settled down with a glass of beer and a slice of cold pie to listen to the radio. I was interrupted. Guess who?
Hello, sir. Is it a raid? Them merry quips will be your downfall, Peter.
A lesser man might take offence.
Are you coming in?
I am in.
So I noticed.
Oh, we don't want that, do we? Have I interrupted your supper?
You care to join me?
Why not? What's that you're eating?
Chicken and ham pie. You care for a beer?
Stupid question.
Purely rhetorical. There you go. One beer, one slice of cold pie from the supermarket, I'm afraid. Not the fruits of a lovely lady's gun.
Tickled your fancy, that one, didn't you, Peter? Ellie away for long?
She'll be back tomorrow. And even if she wasn't, I wouldn't be shooting off my gun all over Yorkshire.
I'm doing a bit myself.
What?
Shooting. Bang, bang.
You mean shooting things?
Aye. They tell me things are in season.
Birds? You're going to shoot birds?
Well, I asked about sheep. I wondered if they'd let me start with sheep, being only a trainee, so to speak. Something a bit bulky and sort of static. But they tell me sheep shooting's never caught on. It has to be birds.
But why? I mean, you're not the type.
You mean I'm not one of you tweedy twits? I'm glad you've noticed. But it's not like that anymore. It's a popular sport. Pricey but popular. Chief Constable's dab hand, they tell me. So why not me? Maybe I've got secret ambitions.
And secret funds. You said yourself it's pricey.
Aye, it's a rich man's pleasure. But there are some generous rich men about. I'm on my holidays. I get asked to try my hand at a shoot tomorrow. Where's the harm?
Depends on who's doing the inviting.
Sir William Pledger.
Ah.
He'll cough up in the long run. But it was his general manager, Barney Castle, who asked me. Make up your mind, lad.
About what?
About your expression. What's it to be? Amazement that I got invited, or indignation that I accepted? Listen, lad. Sir William Pledger came up from Nout, and he's not forgotten it. It's not your chinless Charlies who get asked to Haycroft Grange. It's people with clout. People who know how to make people jump, or money jump. That's what's on the ticket of entry. Any road. How about you? Out new on the Deeks murder?
No, not much. There's some stuff missing. That might help if someone's daft enough to flog it.
Anything else going off?
Well, another old fellow died the same night.
Aye, Peter, I know.
No, sorry, sir, no, I didn't mean him, no. A man called Parender. He lived at Castleton Court. A chipper old boy, it seems. Bit of a racing man. He had a fall, broke his hip, lay there several hours and died of exposure. Only
what? Come on, lad, tell me about it.
So that's it. There's nothing more to go on, really. All injuries attributable to the fall, no evidence of robbery. I don't know why I'm even talking about it.
I do. You've got one of them feelings, and nothing short of a cold shower's going to get rid of it. Now, let's see what we've got. Parender, who's got a cold, goes out late on a nasty wet afternoon. Why?
To collect his pension.
Why did he want it then? To buy some rum. Where did he buy it? Where did he collect his pension, for that matter? You'd think he'd go local. There's a parade of shops and a sub-post office right behind Castleton Court. He didn't need to go into town. But if he was crossing the recreation ground, he must have done. Pension money intact, except for the few quid he'd pay for the rum. It wasn't opened, you say?
No, the seal was intact.
So he hadn't had a few nips. Better if he had. Might have kept out the cold a bit longer. Did he say anything before he died?
Only Polly.
Yeah. Attacked by a woman, maybe. There's plenty as would pay for the pleasure. Yeah, looks to me as if you got a sack full and out, Peter.
So you just forget it?
I didn't say that. No, I'd have a good look at his possessions, see if there's a receipt for the rum, look at the post office stamp in his pension book, check the lot. Right, I'll be off now. Thanks for the pie.
Ellie, is that you?
Yeah, here. Sorry to disappoint you, lad.
Oh. Hello, sir.
About that Parender business that was niggling at you.
Yes?
You said he was a racing man.
Yes, that's right.
I was looking at yesterday's paper. It's got Friday's results in it. Last race at Cheltenham was won by a horse called Polystyrene. 2 words. Just a thought.
And that was enough to take me straight to the County General Hospital next morning, where I bumped into a very haggard Dr. Soudan.
You look dreadful.
You ought to see a doctor.
You look lost. You ought to ask a policeman.
You've still got Parender's belongings, haven't you?
Yes. You don't give up, do you? You still think there's something odd about his death?
Maybe. But no reflection on you, Doctor. The pathologist found nothing suspicious, and most of my colleagues think I'm daft.
Eureka! An honest cop. Come on, I'm just going off duty. I'll take you to where you want to be.
Thanks. Is this the lot?
Apart from his money and his pension book, they lock up valuables.
Ah.
Found a clue?
Receipt for the rum. Aha.
Another clue.
Friday's paper. Look, at the racing page. It's a bit smudged, but you can see he's ring round one of the runners.
Polystyrene. What of it?
Just before he died, he looked up, saw looming over him a dog as big as a horse, laughed, said Polly, and expired.
Well, well, clever old you. But so what?
It won, at 4-1.
I think I'm with you. Where are his winnings? In that bottle of rum, I'd suggest. Not to mention his stomach. Apparently he had a substantial meal before he died.
And there's the receipt for it. Starbucks restaurant. But I wonder how his other selections did. Look, he's marked them here. Red Vanessa in the 210 and Usherette in the 245. Oh.
What's up? Clue run out?
Well, he didn't go out till after 3, so he'd only have time to back polystyrene.
Well, there's always the telephone.
I'll have to find out what kind of gambler he was. Well, thank you for your help.
That other business...
Yes?
The road accident. I don't cause trouble, but I'd like to be certain that everything's been done that ought to have been done.
I think I can assure you of that.
Well, I'll keep an eye on things if you don't mind. To sweeten the pill, let me buy you a drink next time I cross-question you.
You know where to find me.
So altogether, with the meal and the rum, he must have spent £8.75. That right, sir?
Yes.
If he put a couple of quid of polystyrene at 4-1, that would account for it, wouldn't it?
I suppose so. But I'd like to know how the other 2 horses did.
He didn't go out in time to back them.
He could have telephoned. Come in, Seymour. I've got a job for you.
The same case, sir?
Yes, this Parinder business. There may be something. Here's the receipt from the off-licence where he bought the rum, and here's the receipt for his last meal. See what you can find out at both places.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and Seymour.
Sir?
Here. Find out what won these races last Friday. He can read, can't he, Sergeant?
Depends. Did you join up the letters?
Red Vanessa by 2 lengths, Usherette by a short head.
Seymour, you're a racing man.
I keep an eye open.
Good. Well, get on with it then.
Yes, sir.
Those were Palander's selections.
Yes.
That explains why he went out then. Racing man marks 3 selections for the fun of it, sees 2 of them come up on the telly. He'd be bound to want to chase his luck and make sure he was on the 3rd. Thought it was his lucky day, poor devil.
Maybe. Any news on the Deeks case?
Yes, I was waiting to show you forensics report. This is the sole pattern for the marks on Deeks' bathroom floor. Boot size 10 to 10.5.
Army?
Oh, didn't say. No distinguishing marks. Wouldn't chance their arm.
Well, if they won't, we must. I'll check it out at Eltervale Camp. Well, Sergeant Myers, could it be a print from a modern army boot?
Could be. Could be anything. Sorry not to be of more help.
That's all right. By the way, I came across one of your former officers the other day. Major Castle. Remember him?
I remember the Major, all right.
He seems to have done all right for himself. Got out and made it in Civvy Street.
That's what he didn't have much option. Civvy Street's better than a court-martial.
What?
You talk to our Sergeant Ludlam. He was Company Sergeant Major in Hong Kong. Could have been Regimental Sergeant Major by now. That's not right. There was a lot of graft going on over there. And if you were daft enough to get caught, well, that was your bad luck. But it's not fair the same thing as turns a Sergeant Major into a private. Should leave a Major and get him a nice cushy billet in Civvy Street. Not right at all.
I drove back to town so preoccupied with Castle's murky past that I forgot my half-plan to stop for a lunchtime drink at the Paradise Hotel. Just as well after DL's insinuations. Which reminded me, this was the day he was enjoying Haycroft Grange's hospitality, courtesy of Major Castle.
Here you are, Mr. DL. Coffee with a drop of scotch.
Oh, thank you, Sir William.
Keeps the cold out better than the vino. The rest of them are swilling it down, but it's mother's milk to them, so that's all right. Barney Kessel keeps it in bounds, don't you, Barney?
That's right. I've developed an eye for that, if nothing else. Too much booze and shotguns don't mix.
Yeah.
The biggest proportion of accidents happen in the after-lunch drives.
Do you get a lot of accidents?
Not here, we don't. But when they let out shooting to syndicates, you get too many clowns and not enough ringmasters. Shoot more dogs than birds.
This your first time, Andy?
That's right. It's good of you to let me come.
Always happy to have the Lord along. Your Chief Constable's a fair shot. And we usually have one or two of the boys in blue at the other end of the stick.
Sorry?
The beaters. We get a lot of bobbies using their days off to earn a bit extra. I suppose it's against the regulations, is it?
Well, if it doesn't bother the chief, it doesn't bother me.
Oh, well, I'd better make with the Euro talk. Good shooting, Andy. Oh, shall we see you at dinner tonight?
I don't think so, Sir William. I haven't the clothes. I've just come as I am.
Oh, pity. Look, you must come again soon, but kitty'd out for a meal too. Barney, when would be best?
Oh, next Friday. We're bound to be a gun or two short. This lot go back tomorrow and the next bunch arrive Friday morning.
Right.
There's always one of the Euros who just wants to lie around after the flight.
Ah, splendid. So that's fixed. Always supposing you don't blow someone's head off this afternoon, eh?
Thanks very much.
You've made a hit.
With the little man? I wouldn't know.
The little man? He could gobble up half this lot for afternoon tea. Let's take a stroll. I have to talk to the beaters.
How was it at the airport?
All right. How's your bit of bother?
Oh, that'll be all right, too. Especially now I've got respectable military gents speaking up for me. Thanks.
I'd hate to see your career messed up unnecessarily. This holiday of yours, will it keep you out of contact with things?
No. I'll drift in from time to time and suss out what's what. Thursday, do you?
Fine.
Just a minute. Excuse me, Barney. Constable Hector.
Oh.
It's never you.
It's my day off, sir.
Well, the force's loss is Sir William's gain. I've no doubt you're doing a good job. You've got just the right figure for frightening the birds.
You mean it's all right?
I suppose it's good police training, advancing on a line of armed men intent on shooting you down.
Sir, it's the birds the gentlemen shoot down, not us.
I shouldn't bet on it, lad. Not today.
Right, thanks very much. I've got the names. Look, while you're on the line, can you fill me in on something? Arnold Charlesworth, Turf Accountant Limited. Your investigation into alleged irregularities.
It's concluded.
And?
There'll be no proceedings.
Does that mean there've been no irregularities?
It means there's been no evidence. Mr. Charlesworth's records are so clean, you'd think they'd been done only yesterday. Either he's the most conscientious bookmaker we've ever dealt with, or he knew we were coming.
When did Mr. Charlesworth get the good news?
He'll just get his records returned. When we don't slap him in irons, he'll know he's all right.
And us? Have we been officially informed?
Well, speaking for Customs and Excise, I don't think we'd bother unless there were some irregularities. But CID knows what we're up to. Your Mr. DL insisted.
Oh. So we knew, unofficially, that Charlesworth's books were in order?
Certainly. Mr. DL was very interested in the whole business. He mentioned it this week when we were talking about another matter.
Another matter? Was that your airport check on Saturday morning?
That's right.
Was it a routine check?
No, it was not. We wouldn't risk irritating Sir William Pledger just for the sake of routine. There'd been a tip-off. The plane was bringing in a load of heroin.
Heroin?
Yes, but it was clean as a whistle.
Monday afternoon, the DCC was not in the best of tempers. I refused to speculate about the reason. Seymour reported back eventually.
You've taken your time.
Enjoy your lunch. Sorry, sir. Some of the witnesses have been difficult to pin down.
You get anything?
The chap in the off-licence remembered Parinder. He bought the room at 6:30 and paid with a £5. The restaurant was more interesting.
Oh?
The waitress was Irish. Pretty girl. She remembered him well. Said he was such a nice old boy. But the thing is, he had a lot of money on him.
What?
She says he tipped her £1. He said he had a bit of luck that day, and he paid from an old envelope with a fat wad of notes in it.
But it can't have been all that much at 4-1. Not unless it was a bigger bet than we thought.
Well, perhaps he rolled it up with the other two.
Rolled it up?
Put his money on all 3 horses to win in a treble. Now, Red Vanessa was 5-1, so a fiver would give him £25 plus his stake. On Usherette, 2-1 equals 60 plus 30. Polystyrene at 4-1 equals 360 plus 90. £450.
No wonder he said he'd had a bit of luck. Wait, though. He would have had to have his bet on in advance if it were a treble, hmm?
He was drinking tea and watching television with Mrs. Escott till nearly 3:30. It was always going to be a bit of a rush to get into town to put a bet on the 355. If he'd got the money on a roll-up in advance, surely he'd have sat at home and watched the last race on the telly.
Wild horses wouldn't have dragged him away.
I think he just felt his luck was good and ran out and put a bet on the last selection. Like I said.
But there's no way he could have won all that money on one bet at 4-1.
Maybe a little looks a lot to an Irish waitress. Seymour, go round the betting shops. His bet will be recorded somewhere. Come the heavy if they drag their feet, hmm? Oh, and Seymour.
Yes, sir?
Don't hang about. Keep away from the Colleens.
What's that?
For you. To the victor, the spoils. All the guns are entitled to a brace at the end of the day.
But I only hit one of the damn things. What am I meant to do with them?
Up to you. But one thing I learned in the army, a perk is a perk. Never turn down a bakshi.
What happens to the rest?
We sell 'em. See that green van? Vernon Briggs, game dealer. He pays £1 a bird, and they end up on your plate at the Paradise Hotel at 10 times the price.
I thought that lass there shot her own.
Mrs. Abbey's? She's a fair shot. We've had her here from time to time, but no double meaning intended, by the way. The lady's not for touching, much to the disappointment of some of our foreign guests. However, we managed to keep them happy in other directions.
How's that?
They're a bit seigneurial in their attitude to serving wenches, so we have to recruit the right stuff. We've just acquired a new one. The girl who waited on us on Friday night.
That reject from a punk band?
She has something. You seemed to like it yourself at the time. I had a word with her on the way out.
I didn't realise you were a talent scout.
Pimp, you thought of saying? No, if you had, you would have said it, wouldn't you?
Aye. Is she hired?
Yes. She rang up this afternoon. She'd hesitated because of the isolation, but I've just assured her that transport to town and back is provided, so we have a new maid. A talent scout. I like that. I'm always on the lookout for talent.
Like me?
I'm glad I spotted you, with Arnie's help. Are you satisfied with our arrangements?
For the time being.
Subject to review, you mean? Well, I can't say fairer than that. Have some scotch.
Well, there's only enough for one.
You have it. You've got further to go than me.
Monday night came, but no Ellie. She rang up to say that the doctor hadn't been encouraging, and she felt she couldn't leave her mother to cope yet. So I sat at home, reviewing progress. How far had we got? The Deeks killing? A few pointers, though I didn't yet know where we were going. Parinder? A right puzzle. The road accident? Stalemate. And I had an uneasy feeling that as far as Andy Dalziel was concerned, stalemate might be exactly what he wanted.
In Part 3 of Exit Lines by Reginald Hill, dramatised by Betty Davis, Donald G. played Inspector Pascoe, Philip Jackson, D.L., Michael Elwyn, the Deputy Chief Constable, Christopher Good, Headingley, Ben Onwukwe, Dr. Sowden, Paul Downing, P.C. Seymour, Stephen Garlick, P.C. Hector, Michael Graham Cox, Sergeant Weald, Anna Cropper, Mrs. Frostick, Michael Kilgariff, Mr. Frostick, John Bull, Sergeant Myers, Jane Slavin, Andrea, Vincent Brimble, Castle, Brian Miller, Sir William, and Dale Rapley, the Customs Man. Exit Lines is directed by Matthew Walters.
So, it appears the case is no closer to being solved, so what next? Find out at the same time tomorrow.
This is
BBC Radio 4
Extra.
Now on 4 Extra, we continue back home. Michelle Magorian's story that's set towards the end of the Second World War and features the 12-year-old evacuee Rusty Dickens.
Right, sir, I'm on my way. Nothing else you wanted to say to me? And may the force go with you.
Tuesday was a day of short tempers. Andy Dalziel had been closeted for an hour with the deputy chief, and neither of them, it seemed, had benefited from the experience. I was still wifeless and didn't like it. So when DL kicked open my office door, he found me in a mood to match his own. Ah, come in, do.
That's the door sorted.
What would you like to demolish next? The window or the desk, sir?
What the hell's up with you? Is it the Deeks killing? Pulling half a dozen kids off the streets and kick it out of them?
Thank you, no. It's not that. It's about Parinder.
Oh, aye?
Your tip about polystyrene paid off. We think Parinder may have put money on a roll-up. 3 horses that all came in, but I sent Seymour to check on the betting shops, and no one had sight or sound of him on a Friday.
If you want information, always go to the experts. What are the horses called?
Red Vanessa, Usherette, polystyrene.
Hello, Arnie there. Tell him it's Andy.
Hello, Arnie. Listen, one of my boys is interested to know if an old lad called Parinder collected last Friday on a roll-up. Red Vanessa...
Usherette.
Usherette, polystyrene. You'll check around? Good. Someone will call at your flat around 12 noon, that'll be best. Can't have you seen hobnobbing with the fuzz too much, can we? You like to buy a pair of pheasants, £2 each? What? You too. Midday at Arnie Charlesworth's flat. If there's out to know, he'll know it.
No, thank you, sir, but I won't
But
be able...
what?
I can't manage 12 o'clock myself. Charlie Frostick, Deke's grandson, gets back from Germany then. I want to be there to talk to him. I'll send Seymour. He's been dealing with the Parinder case and not making a bad job of it.
Oh, he's not bad. But you'll have to start paddling your own feet in the puddle sooner or later, Peter. Detection's like copulation. You can't manage it properly once removed.
I'll remember that.
Now, important business. Your Ellie's a dab hand with a pheasant, if I remember right. I've got 2 of the buggers. £2 a piece or 3 for the pair. An offer you can't refuse or Ellie'll skin you alive when I tell her.
I don't think so.
No? Ah, she's not back yet. No wonder you're in such a miserable bloody mood. What shall I do with the damn things?
I'll take them if you like, sir.
That was a special discount for inspectors whose hunches are falling apart. Very well. I'll leave them at the desk downstairs. Now I'm off. I've got things to do if you lot haven't.
Have a word with Seymour, will you, Sergeant? Brief him about the appointment with Charlesworth. I have things to do, too.
It's a bit early for Charlie, isn't it, sir?
Much too early. No, DL's right. I'm off to paddle my own feet in the puddle.
I'm sorry about the mess on the table. I don't know how I always end up with so much loose change.
Me too.
I'll put it back in my bag.
No, don't do that, Mrs. Escott. You were counting it. You'll have to start again.
Oh, it doesn't matter. There. Now, how can I help you?
You saw Mr. Parinder Friday afternoon.
That's right, we watched the racing on the television.
You've watched racing with him before?
Sometimes, yes.
Did he get excited? Was he bothered about who won?
Of course he was. There's not much point otherwise.
Even when he hadn't a bet on?
Oh, yes. He'd pick the horse he would have backed and shout for that one. Of course, it was more exciting if he had got money on.
How long did you watch on Friday?
Till just after 3.
So you'd see the 2:10 and the 2:45?
I suppose so. I didn't pay much attention.
Did he have any money on them?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. The horses he was shouting for didn't even get a place. He said what a good thing he hadn't been able to get out and make a bet.
Can you remember the names of the horses?
Yes. My memory isn't good. Sometimes I forget things, but they were such funny names. Willie Wagtail in the first race and Glaramara in the second.
She smiled gently at me as she knocked on the head the last remnants of a promising theory. I looked at Parinder's paper, Friday's paper. No such horses were running that day. But suddenly the name Glaramara caught my eye, in the small print, results, and also ran in the 2:40 at Wincanton the previous day. Willie Wagtail was there too, in an earlier race. Mrs. Escott had lost a day. Yes, that's very good. Thank you. By the way, you don't remember what the weather was like that afternoon, do you?
Friday? Why, yes. It was bright but blowy. Quite a lot of sun, but I told him there'd be precious little warmth if he went out. And then he did go out, didn't he? There was no need, especially in the dark. All those muggings. It's so frightening these days when you're old. Why did he go?
I don't know, Mrs. Escott. Well, thank you again for all your help.
Have I really helped? And why did you ask about the weather?
Just a check. And of course you've helped. But now her smile had gone. My theory was back together again. I hope nothing else had been destroyed. Inside the Frostick house, someone was shouting. Dolly, looking nervous, showed me into their sitting room. Her husband, all red-faced and clenched fists, was glaring at a couple in an armchair. Andrea Gregory twined round an embarrassed young soldier. Something odd about her pose, more provocation than passion. Frostick went on giving his son a high-decibel piece of his mind.
Bloody mad's what I said, and bloody mad's what I mean. That's what you'll be if you let her get you itched. You're just getting a start. You've your whole life ahead of you.
He's got me too. He wants me. And he's old enough to make up his own mind.
Old enough? He'll need another 100 years before he's old enough to deal with your sort, flashing everything you've got at him.
I've never noticed you looking away from whatever I've got to flash, Mr. Frostick.
Will you both belt up? I've not come home to get yelled at and ordered about. To get plenty of that in me job. I've come home for me granddad's funeral, that's what. And I think it's time we were showing some respect.
That's right, you tell him, Charlie.
The same goes for you too, lass.
What? You watch it.
He was good to me, was Granda. If it weren't for him being so generous, you wouldn't have that ring on your finger.
All right, then, if it's this old ring you're worried about, take the bloody thing.
What?
I've got better things to do than go and live in some crummy married quarters with a private.
You've changed your tune. What's happened? Found yourself some money?
You could say that. I've got myself a job. A good job. Out at Aycroft Grange.
But what you be doing there?
Helping out. Serving at table and so on. There's a lot of important people gets there.
You mean domestic service? You'll be a maid?
I'll be assistant to the housekeeper. And I'll get my own room and a colour telly.
You said naught about this on Sunday.
I didn't know I was going to last night.
I get it now. You've got yourself fixed up. You don't need to shove yourself on Charlie. My God, lad, I hope you can see what a lucky escape you've had.
Shut up, Dad.
Aye?
I'll be going then. See you, Mr. Frostick.
Good riddance. And don't slam the door.
I made my excuses and followed Andrea out into the street.
Miss Gregory, do you know who I am?
Yeah, what do you want?
This job you've got. Did Major Castle get it for you?
That's right, it was the Major. He gets in a lot to the Paradise Hotel. And he said a week or two back if I ever needed a job, they were always looking for staff at the Aycroft Grange. So I thought, well, why not give it a whirl? There's the next lot of guests coming up at the weekend for the shooting. That's what it is mainly. Rich men.
I see. Andrea, you saw Major Castle last Friday night, didn't you? Did you notice the other people with him?
Yeah, that Bucky Charlesworth. And this big fat bloke pissed out of his mind. He looked a real villain. Is that who you're after?
No. Just a general question.
Yeah, it's not about old Abbas, is it? I can tell you a thing or two about his fiddles. You want to be looking at him and that old bitch from the Towers.
What do you mean, Mrs. Warsop?
That's right. She makes me sick.
What bad tipper is she?
Tip? Her? You never see her money. Signs her bill. But Abbas never sees her money either.
What are you trying to tell me, Andrea?
No, nothing. It's nothing to do with me anymore.
No? Well, I'll see you again sometime.
Will you? Perhaps.
Sorry to take you away from your family, Charlie.
Don't say that. I was glad to get out the way Dad were carrying on.
Well, I'm grateful anyway. Your mum had a look round at Welfare Lane, but I'd like you to do the same, just as a check.
Have your mob found anything out yet about the bastard who did it?
We're making progress. I was asking your mum about money. She's told us what things were missing, but, well, money's more difficult. For a start, you've got to know how much there was.
What did Mum say?
She didn't know if there was any cash, but someone said something about your grandfather helping you out when you wanted to buy an engagement ring.
I paid him back every penny after I signed on.
I'm sure you did. How much was the ring, by the way?
100 quid. I were on the dole, and there was no way I could manage it. But it was the ring Andrea wanted.
Your granddad must have thought a lot of you to lend you that much. And he must have thought Andrea was all right, too.
Oh, no. He only met her twice. I could see he didn't like her much. I never told him it were all for the ring. I let on I wanted to smart myself up for my army interview. At home, I tried to pretend it were a cheap ring, but well, Andrea let everyone know how much it cost, so I had to tell him where I got the money.
Will you try to make it up with Andrea?
No. That is, no, I'll not be chasing after her. I mean, when I'm away from her, I think about her. But, well, you know, well, just like that, mainly. And if she came after me, I expect I'd make it up. Because, well, when we're by ourselves...
She's an attractive girl.
Ah, she is that. I used to slip out from the camp sometimes when she were at that hotel. It's only a couple of miles down the road. Now, I wasn't supposed to stay out at night during training, but I'd still go and she'd let me in the back. It were daft, really, and I could have got into serious bother. But I knew this lad at the gate. But I'd not really thought about getting married to her.
No?
No. Even when we got engaged, I couldn't think of her as a wife somehow. But not like me mum, you know, in the house taking care of things and all that. I couldn't see that.
I liked Charlie, an honest and unexpectedly mature young man. And I contemplated with some distaste the mentality of a girl who could demand £100 engagement ring from a boyfriend on the dole. Ellie'd probably say it was men who created greedy, marriage-obsessed girls so they shouldn't complain. When we got to his grandfather's house, Charlie went upstairs to the bathroom. I waited downstairs in the cramped little hall until...
What the... Charlie? Charlie? Are you all right? What happened?
I dropped this.
What is it?
It's the box where Granda kept his money. Behind the panel at the end of the bath, the panel comes out.
I see.
I just wondered if it was still here. Nobody had said anything about it.
Well, nobody would say anything about it, unless they knew. Who did know?
What's it matter? It didn't get nicked.
Which probably clears anyone who knew.
No one knew. I never told anyone.
How did you know? Did your grandfather tell you?
No. It was when he lent me the money. He went upstairs and I heard a noise and went up to see if he was all right. I saw him. He didn't see me.
And then he came down with the money?
That's right. Mm-hmm. It'll be Mum's money now, won't it?
I expect so. You should have told me about it before, Charlie. You realise that?
I know. But I wasn't going to nick it, if that's what you're thinking.
Oh, no, I don't believe you were. If you had been, you'd at least have locked the bathroom door. Now, it'll be kept safe at the police station for the time being. But your man will get it all, never fear. Anything else you want to tell me?
No.
Right. Let's be getting you back. Your man can have the keys now. You've got the front door key, haven't you?
Aye.
Oh, while I think of it, here's the back door key from the washhouse.
Oh, well, this isn't it.
Not the back door key?
Well, I'm not saying that, but it's not the one Granda kept in the washhouse.
Come on. We'd better go downstairs. What about this one?
Well, that's it. That's the key that used to be in the washhouse.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. I often came in through the back. Look at it. There. It's older and muckier than the other one. And it's got a number on the other hasn't.
Yes, I see. But it wasn't in the washhouse. It was in the back door.
Oh, perhaps Granda changed the keys round.
Perhaps he did. Look after this, would you, Sergeant? We found it in Welfare Lane. Deeks' savings.
So whoever broke in missed it.
Exactly. Which tells us something, I suppose. Well, now, Constable Seymour, you got anything to report?
Quite a lot, sir.
Go ahead.
I went to see Mr. Charlesworth this morning. It didn't seem as if we were getting anywhere at first.
Here's your lager.
Thank you, sir. Cheers. Did you have any luck, Mr. Charlesworth?
In all this city, there was only one bet place that linked those three horses, and that was for £100. Punter was well known.
No luck, then?
How old are you, son?
23.
I had a son. He died a week before he was 23.
I'm sorry, sir. Is your son in the team photograph? I can see the resemblance.
No, that's me.
Rugby?
Yes. Red Yorkshire Cup. Was taken a long time ago.
In the back row? That's never...
You're Mr. DL. Yes, it is. We go back a long way.
Good Lord. He hasn't changed much. I mean, he's put on a lot of weight, but you can still see...
He's changed. We all change, given the chance.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks for your help. I think we'll just have to give up on this one. It was always a long shot.
You give up easy, son.
But if there's no record...
Oh, it doesn't mean there was no bet. There are two reasons why there should be no record. One, the bookie lost it. There's a 10% tax on all bets, so you can see the incentive to lose a few.
But not a winning bet. What he pays out, he'd want to keep on record.
That's right. Mr. Dalziel will be proud of you. So, what's the second reason?
The bet wasn't placed with a regular bookie.
Right.
A street corner bookie.
If that's the answer, you'll be pushed to find him.
What's the alternative?
Time was we paid the police to do police work.
Oh, look, if you know anything, you've got to tell me. I mean, it's your duty.
You really know how to lean on people, son. I give in. 32 Merton Street, back of English Hardware shop. Take a couple of mates with you and don't say I sent you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't thank me till you know what you've got.
And what did you get?
The jackpot, sir.
That was where Parender placed his bets. The gaffer remembered him well. He'd backed a winning treble, all right.
What happened to the gaffer?
We nicked him.
How ungrateful. Well done, Seymour. So now we know most of the story. Parender went into town last Friday, placed his bets, collected his winnings, and lashed out on a good meal and a bottle of booze. Then he walked home. Why?
I see what you mean, sir.
Why didn't he take a taxi, or at least a bus? It was a filthy night.
Would you like me to nose around a bit, sir? Talk to them at the taxi rank.
It might be an idea.
And then I wondered if I should go back to see Mrs. Escott again, for a statement.
Of what? I told you. She can't remember.
That's not right, sir. She remembered the wrong day, but she remembered it very well. She might still have seen Parender on the Friday, mightn't she? Perhaps now she's had time to puzzle it out, something may come back to her.
It's worth a try, perhaps. But go easy.
Right, yeah, sir.
That's a good lad, that.
Yes, he did well to get Charlesworth to cooperate.
Did you know Charlesworth was such an old pal of the supers?
No, I didn't. But it does give Mr. Dalziel a good reason for dining with him. That illegal betting shop might be financed by some legit firm who wouldn't take kindly to Charlesworth shopping them. I hope Seymour will keep his mouth shut.
I'm sure he will. He liked Arnie Charlesworth, and Arnie liked him.
His son was a bit of a hellraiser. Got killed in a car crash. He'd have been about Seymour's age.
Yes, I remember the lad. We had a bit of trouble with him. Look, not unlike Seymour. The same red hair.
Castleton Court? Oh, I had a fair there Friday night.
You did?
Old boy, full of the joys of spring. Asked me to take him home.
To Castleton Court?
Said so, didn't I?
But what did he do when you got there?
Oh, we never got there.
What?
Our clock had gone up to £1.20. He suddenly yells at me, "Stop here." So I stops. He gets out, gives me £1.50, and that's the last I see of him.
You don't know why he changed his mind?
I thought perhaps he just realised how much it was coming to. If he'd said out, I'd have run him home all the same, poor old chap.
Where did he get out?
Right outside recreation ground.
Show me.
Eh?
I want you to show me exactly where it was he got out. And then...
Aye.
Take me on to Castleton Court. Mrs. Escott? Mrs. Escott?
Can I help?
Yes. Warden, you said Mrs. Escott was in, but she doesn't seem to be answering.
Perhaps she's having a nap. But we'd best check. I've got a master key. Come along. Mrs. Escott? Not in the living room. I'll check the bedroom.
Right.
Oh, my God. Get an ambulance, quick as you can.
They found Jane Escott lying across her bed, surrounded by empty pill bottles. Her eyes were wide open, and at first they thought she was dead. But at the County General, they were told she was still alive. Just. Seymour rang from the hospital. I felt unbearably guilty. I remembered the contented, sensible old lady I'd spoken to, happily unaware till I interfered that she'd managed to forget a whole day. So, she'd been terrified of approaching senility and decided to exit with dignity. Only she hadn't died. But I couldn't go on tormenting myself about it. I still had work to do. Andrea's hints about Mrs. Warsop might be pure malice, but they suggested a possible answer to something that had been puzzling me. So I paid a late call on the Towers. Mrs. Warsop was out, but that proved a bonus, for I had a very illuminating chat with the matron. She was obviously torn between her citizen's duty to tell me about certain possible irregularities and her inbuilt professional discretion. On the whole, discretion lost out. The obvious follow-up was another visit to the Paradise Hotel.
Hello, Inspector. Is it a raid? Pray God it isn't. I could abandon this devil's kitchen for a simple monastic cell.
Sorry to interrupt a busy evening, Mr. Abbott.
Well, it shouldn't be that busy. Unfortunately, our new waitress is half-witted. She keeps getting lost between here and the further tables.
Worse than the girl you fired, is she?
Infinitely. At least Miss Andrea had all her marbles. It was her morals that were in doubt.
You were concerned for her essential purity.
Oh, no. Although, I do draw the line at some things. This soldier she used to bring back, he spent all night here sometimes. Well, that was pretty cheeky. But when early one morning I caught him taking a final soldier's farewell across the reception desk, I felt things were getting out of hand. And when I protested, he told me to get lost, really.
As you say, really?
Yes, but it wasn't that. So long as she didn't do it in the dining room and frighten the customers. It was the way things faded away around her. Half a bottle of scotch here, couple of quid there. Nothing startling, nothing provable, but enough's enough. And at last we quarrelled beyond repair. So, why have you come to see me? More questions about your fat friend?
Indirectly. Last time we talked, I mentioned Mrs. Warsop.
Who?
The bursar at the Towers. I'm sure you know her. In fact, she's dining here tonight. Shall I call her in?
I don't think we need to disturb the customers. What about her?
At first, she was certain she saw Mr. Dalziel driving his car away. Later, she became less sure.
A woman's privilege.
Perhaps someone persuaded her to change her mind.
You mean the portly gent bribed her?
I doubt it. Mr. Dalziel is not by nature a briber, and Mrs. Warsop doesn't look like a lady who's short of money. Mr. Abbess, I think you suggested to Mrs. Warsop it might not be a very clever idea for her to get in bad with the police by maintaining her story. When she first spoke to the press, she didn't know Superintendent Dalziel was a policeman. Suddenly, your hotel must have seemed very full of the law. The quickest way to get rid of them was to get Mr. Dalziel off the hook. But why should you be worried? And why should Mrs. Warsop take your advice? Could it be that the pair of you have a business relationship that wouldn't bear scrutiny? Is that why she eats here nightly and signs her bills?
She gets an account like everyone else.
In that case, your records will show it, as will her check stubs.
She often pays by cash.
How often?
For heaven's sake, how am I expected to remember?
Then we'll have to ask the staff.
It's that little cow, isn't it? Oh, it comes to something when a slut that gets the push for dishonesty is allowed to blacken other people's names. If ever I get my hands on that little whore...
Good night, Mr. Abbess.
Uh, 73621?
Are you still in bed, you lazy bastard?
Where else should I be?
Are you alone?
Ellie's still not back?
Yeah, but are you alone?
Ha ha, sir. To what do I owe the
I
pleasure
hear
of...
you're piling a bit of trouble on the Paradise Hotel.
How on earth...
Forget it.
But look...
Peter, I'm still in charge, aren't I? I mean, they haven't made you the commissioner and me the tea boy. Forget it. That's an order, all right?
As a subordinate, I suppose it's all right. Though I'll need to think about it. As a friend...
You want for us to talk as friends?
Yes, sir. If you'll make the effort, so will I.
All right. Then please forget it.
My eyebrows were still nudging my hairline when the phone rang again. This time it was Ellie.
I rang last night.
I'm sorry, I was a bit late. How is everything?
Pretty awful. Dad went off last night and I found him outside the library. It was 9:15. He said he was waiting for it to open.
Poor old devil.
Peter, I don't know what to do. He isn't going to get any better and I'm not sure that Mum can cope.
Look, why don't I pop down and suss things out on the spot?
Oh, could you?
This afternoon. Why not? I'll stop overnight.
That would be marvellous.
So Wednesday proved a delightful day. My wife was overjoyed to see me, and so, as far as I could judge, was my daughter. And Ellie's father seemed perfectly rational. Her parents kept early hours, and I had no complaints about that.
I've missed you.
So I gathered. Anybody else been tickling your fancy while I've been away?
No, it's been work, and nothing but work.
Ellie? Ellie? Oh, no. Come in, Mum. What's happened?
Dad.
Oh, God.
No, it's all right. He's just gone down into the garden. He said he heard a noise and thought someone was trying to break into the greenhouse.
Right. I'll go down and take a look.
What at? We haven't got a greenhouse. I haven't had one for 25 years.
Oh. Well, we'd better go down anyway.
My father-in-law was standing still at the bottom of the garden, peering intensely into a small patch of shrubbery. He was wearing an old raincoat. I hoped it was warm enough in the biting night wind. And he had a walking stick in his hand.
Archie, you all right? What? Archie, come in, you'll catch cold.
Ah, there you are. Gotcha!
No!
Dad! Dad, it's Peter.
Peter? Who's Peter?
Come inside, love.
What's happening, Madge? What's happening?
It's all right, love. Come in. Don't worry, he's quiet now, just a bit puzzled.
Has he attacked anyone before?
Oh, no. I mean, he was looking for a burglar, wasn't he? And he saw you. He recognised me because I was around when he had the greenhouse. You weren't.
Where's the tea? Do get a move on.
She really is in charge, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She was always the same from a girl. Not bossy, but she knew her own mind. I needn't tell you that.
No, you needn't.
She's been a tremendous help these last few days. I'm glad she came so she could see for herself how things were. Ellie's never been a girl for taking things on trust.
How long has Archie been like this?
Oh, a long time. It's getting worse slowly, and it won't get better. Most of the time he's still his old self. Well, that's what he is, isn't it? His old self, himself, but old. It happens to us all one way or another.
Well, all I can say is he's in good hands.
We both are, Peter. Him and me.
Have you got a china for that tea?
You better get to work, or your day off will be stopped.
What were you and Mum doing in the kitchen?
Talking about you. What else?
About me? Not Dad?
Him too. But there's not much need for your mother to talk about Archie. She knows all about him. Mind you, by the same token, there wasn't much need to talk about you either.
That sounds pretty reductive.
It wasn't meant to be. My God!
What?
I've just thought of something.
Not before time.
No, that is, on second thoughts, yes, but that wasn't it.
What was your first thought?
It'll keep.
Good.
I couldn't tell her. I wasn't certain, not yet. But I thought I knew now how Thomas Arthur Parry...
Join us for the conclusion of Exit Lines tomorrow at this time.
BBC. Radio 4 Extra.
It's the final part now of Michelle Megorian's post-war story Back Home. Rusty is a 12-year-old girl recently returned from a very happy 5-year evacuation in America. Returning to England has not been the joyful reunion she'd hoped for, as everybody has gone through such different wartime experiences, and they're all emotionally estranged. Her mother is busy with her own life, her grandmother is openly hostile towards her, and her father, who's only just returned...
Blunt instruments, sir?
Anything that might conceivably come under that heading.
But, sir, what sort of blunt instrument could there possibly be?
I don't mean a Kosh Seymour. Of course you won't find that. No. Anything capable of delivering a knockout blow. Probably something totally innocent and domestic. As, for instance...
Yes?
The handbag.
I tried to distance myself from Dame Edith.
Did you say a handbag, sir?
Yes. A soft leather handbag, weighed down by a considerable amount of loose change.
Seymour plainly thought this the oddest instruction he'd ever been given, but his not to reason why. Events moved fast that day. First, the medal stolen from Robert Deeks turned up in an antique shop, purchased by an assistant and reported by the proprietor, who recognized them from a list we'd circulated. His name rang a bell, so I queried it with Andy DL.
Edwin Sutton, Antiques. Anything known?
Him? He got nicked 2 years ago for handling stolen goods. Managed to persuade some moronic magistrate it was a case of genuine error. Since then, he's boxed clever and prospered. Why?
He's just given us a call. His assistants bought some medals, and it looks as if they were the ones stolen from Robert Deeks, the Welfare Lane killing.
So Sutton's playing the honest citizen. I wonder what's got into him.
Perhaps something happened to him on the road to Damascus.
Oh, aye. It'd need to be a long road. Any other leads on the Deeks case?
No, sir.
Well, you best be off. Oh, by the way, that Warsop woman.
Yes?
What do you reckon?
I reckon she's been fiddling the accounts at the Towers for years. She buys everything the books show, but then she pushes as much as she can onto Abyss. Probably there's a bit of swapping. She buys good meat, Abyss buys Scrag End. They swap. The Paradise Hotel gets gourmet delights, the Towers gets gristle. Warsop and Abbess split the difference. Do the same with everything. Soap, linen, crockery, cutlery, and it all mounts up.
Aye, clever.
I haven't pursued the matter as per your instructions.
Something else you want to say to me, lad?
No, sir. Except, are you in some kind of trouble?
And what kind of trouble would that be? Any road, my troubles aren't your concern.
If I need any more instructions, where will you be?
I'm on holiday, remember? You were lucky to find me here. I'll be at the coroner's court. Today's the inquest on Westerman, and I've got to give evidence about the car I wasn't driving.
Morning, Mr. DL.
Morning.
Happy with the verdict, Mr. Charlesworth?
Happy? Man's dead.
I mean, do you think it was a fair verdict?
Death by misadventure. That's what they said. That's what it was.
And will the police be taking any further action?
Who against?
Against the driver. Against Mr. Charlesworth.
Not for me to say, Mr. Ruddleston. But you heard what the coroner said. No blame could be attached.
Yes, I heard it.
And why don't you bugger off?
Quote you on that, can I?
He doesn't believe you.
When the press starts trusting me, then I'll know I'm in trouble. Talking of trouble, what did you say to young Seymour to put him onto yon place in Merton Street? You must be slipping.
I gave him the address.
What? Why?
Maybe I like the lad. Maybe I'm turning honest. Anyway, the greedy bastard that ran it was ripping me off for as much as I saved in tax. It's not worth the candle. With a bit of luck, it'll frighten a lot of the other do-it-yourself clowns off, and us legal bookies will be able to turn an honest copper.
I'm not sure I like your choice of phrase.
Beggars can't be choosers. Fancy a warmer at my place?
You still keep it?
Oh, I haven't given it up for other people. My boy, before he died, told me it was as bad as the stuff he was on. After his death, I remembered that. I stopped wanting it.
If it's like this tomorrow, you'll want it. Look at the sky. Could be snow. Will we be expected to go out in this?
You're no sportsman, Andy. Good shooting weather like this sorts out the men from the boys.
Edwin Sutton, Antiques, might well have been a suspicious character, but our real concern was with his assistant, Paul Moody, the man who'd bought the medals. They matched Charlie's descriptions pretty closely. Yes, I think these are what we're after. What was the man like who sold them?
Oh, an ordinary sort of fella. About 25, medium height, stocky, light brown hair, bit of a moustache. He was wearing one of those lumberjack jackets, sort of green tartan. He said the medals had been his uncle's. I didn't pay much heed. I mean, they weren't that valuable.
How did he talk?
He didn't say much, mostly monosyllables.
Accent?
Ordinary, like most folk round here.
When you made your offer, what did he say?
He said, "Is that all?" And I said I couldn't do any better, and he took it.
How much was it?
£5.
£5. The price of Robert Deaks's life. He was being buried that day, a biting cold Thursday. By the evening, it was snowing. Armed with a saddening lab report, I drove to the hospital and was directed to the ward where Mrs. Escott lay half-conscious, perhaps dying. There, unsurprisingly, I came across Dr. Sowden. Good heavens. Do you run this place single-handed?
Sometimes feels like it. Did you come to pay me off?
Pay you off?
The inquest. I didn't go, but I saw the verdict in the evening paper.
If you felt you had something to say, you should have gone along and said it. What happened, anyway?
Don't you know? Your fat friend got off.
What?
No, sorry, that's not the way to put it. Death by misadventure, with no one querying whether Charlesworth was the driver.
Wrong, Doctor. A great deal of querying has been done.
But not publicly.
Look, next time someone complains you stitched him up with a glove inside him, let's hear you demand publicity. Even if you come out innocent, you don't come out clean.
You may have a point there. What brings you here this evening? Can I help?
Yes, but we better have a private word first.
Come to the office.
Thanks.
Let me get this straight. You're saying the old gent who died from exposure and shock was attacked by a 75-year-old woman, his neighbour and friend, who left him to die?
I've got the lab report on her handbag. There are traces of human blood and tissue on one side.
What does that prove? She may have cut herself. Happens a lot more frequently than old ladies turning to mugging.
Not mugging. She thought she was being mugged. She was terrified of going out after dark, but at the same time she'd started rambling. She was losing her grip on time and place, only intermittently so far. But her friends were worried about her. So imagine what Tap Parinder felt when, driving in a taxi with his winnings, he passes the recreation ground and sees his friend Jane Escott going in.
How do you know about the taxi?
We found the driver. He told us his fare stopped him suddenly, paid up and jumped out opposite the recreation ground. So, Tap runs after Mrs. Escott. She runs away in terror. He catches her up, seizes her shoulder perhaps. She turns, swinging him with her shoulder bag, heavy with all her hoarded change, catching him on the temple. He goes down and she goes on running, not stopping till she's safely at home. Gets there by instinct. Goes to bed and wakes up the next day with all memory of Friday gone and Thursday substituted.
All that's only theory.
And will remain so till I talk to Mrs. Escott. Is that possible?
Yes, for a moment. But I doubt if she'll reply, poor woman. Go carefully.
Mrs. Escott. Mrs. Escott. I'm Inspector Pascoe. I came to talk to you about Tap. We know what happened. We know it was an accident. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. No one blames you. Mrs. Escott. It's all right. I'm going now. Good night. Sleep well.
Dreams.
Yes.
Awful dreams. Hitting him. Tap's face. Then running like a girl, but not happy like a girl. Awful dreams. But true. Have they always been true? It's not. It's not.
I think that's your lot.
Yes, but it's enough. Thank you.
Don't forget that drink sometime.
No, I won't forget.
Just a minute. You said he was carrying a lot of money that went missing. Sure you're not going to tell me she robbed him too?
Of course she didn't. But a man on the dole with a wife and family and a 7-foot dog that must cost a tenner a week to feed might be sorely tempted if an old envelope full of £10 notes suddenly appeared at his feet.
It's all there, Constable.
Thank you, Mr. Cox.
When I found him, I saw all them notes. Must have fell out of his pocket. I just stuck 'em in my jacket for safety. Then when I heard he was dead, I didn't say out. And when no one else said out about any missing money, I began to wonder if I hadn't best hang on to it.
Bloody hell.
Constable?
Yes?
If I get sent to one of them open prisons, will they let me take Amy?
I thought that was it. Well, I doubt if it'll come to prison for him, but it's not up to me.
What do we do about him, sir?
Get a statement, put the fear of God into him, and then send him home till we need him again.
On bail, you mean?
Well, who needs bail with a dog like that? Can you imagine fleeing the country with Hammy in tow?
Private Charlie Frostick's here, sir.
Do you know what he wants?
I think he'd like to have a look at his grandfather's medals.
Here you are, Charlie. Your mum identified them as you weren't around when we looked for you yesterday.
Ah, no. After the funeral, I just wanted to take a walk by myself. Oh, you didn't get the watch?
No. I gather it had Mr. Deeks's name on it. The medals are anonymous. Your grandfather never had them engraved.
No, never saw the need to. I'd like them, particularly if his watch never turns up.
They'll be returned to your mother eventually. The chap at the antique dealer's gave us a description of the man who brought them in. Look at this drawing. Remind you of anyone?
It's a bit like that Scottish sweeper. Him that plays for Liverpool, you know, the big lad.
Yes, yeah. Well, when'd you go back?
Tonight.
As soon as that?
To tell the truth, I could have stayed till Sunday, but now that the funeral's over, there's naught to keep me. I mean, it's grand seeing Mum and Dad, but you can't sit round the house all the time. How does leave get back to me mates?
No mates round here anymore?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. Only it's not the same now I'm in the army. I suppose I could put my civvies on and go around some of the old places. But it'd just be me talking big about the army and there might be a bit of aggro. I might as well go back. There's a lot going off on Saturday night there. You can have a right good time.
Well, you'll be able to chase the Fraulein's with a clear conscience now you're not engaged.
Aye, that's true, I suppose.
Have you seen Andrea again?
No. No, she started a new job.
What, at Haycroft Grange?
Aye. She'll like it there. Married folk like it was at the Paradise Hotel.
She didn't like it there much.
I think she did till she got the sack. It was me as didn't like her being there.
Why? It was handy for the camp.
It was, but I didn't like her sleeping there. She just laughed and said there was naught to be worried about. The owner was an old puff.
He's married.
She thought that didn't make any difference.
And what did you think?
Me? I never saw him.
You mean all those times you went to the Paradise Hotel, you never came across Mr. Abbis?
No. Well, Andrea said it was all right. She could use her room anywhere she liked. But I didn't want any trouble. So I made sure he never laid eyes on me.
Never jump to conclusions. I'd taken it for granted, after Abbot's account of Andrea's romp with a soldier, that the soldier had been Charlie. Considering the matter again, it was only too possible that she might have been putting it about a bit. This called for another visit to the Paradise Hotel. Abbot had recovered all his old assurance. He'd obviously been given convincing promises of immunity. Oh, DL. DL.
You again. And what is it this time?
Mr. Abbott, the last time we talked, you said one of your complaints against Andrea Gregory was that she brought a soldier back to the hotel.
Yes.
And that you caught them in flagrante delicto one morning.
Like the picture, did you? Do you want an action rerun?
When was this, sir?
Oh, I'm not sure. Last week sometime.
Last week, not a few weeks ago.
Oh, no. Wasn't long before I gave her the push.
And it was definitely a soldier?
Oh, definitely. Full military kit.
This photo fit, could it be the man?
Well, maybe. Doesn't really look like anyone, does it? He was an NCO, by the way.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes. There was a stripe on his arm. Makes him a lance corporal, doesn't it?
That's right, yes. Anything else you noticed?
Brownish hair. I think he had a moustache. Oh, and those webbing belts they wear. His was white. And on his left buttock...
What?
It wasn't a formal occasion. There was a sweet disorder in the dress. On his left buttock, there were tooth marks.
I visualized a highly unusual identity parade. But brownish hair, mousy moustache, single stripe, and a white webbing belt. Into my mind there came a picture of a ramrod straight lance corporal in the regimental police, Corporal Jalot, Charlie Frostick's friend, who had let him into the camp late when he was training. We picked up Paul Moody from the antique shop and drove him to Eltervale camp.
I hope this won't take too much time. Mr. Sutton won't be pleased if I'm away too long.
Mr. Sutton will have to live with it.
I don't really like this, you know. If this chap gets violent...
We'll play it carefully. I think I know who we're after. We'll arrange for you to have a look at him without him seeing you.
Sir, there's a working party coming up. Perhaps Mr. Moody could take a look.
Well, that's him. The chap in charge. It's him, all right.
And that clinched it. I'd put Jalot down as a taciturn customer we'd have difficulty with, but now the difficulty was to stop him talking. Faced with Moody's identification and the discovery of Robert Deaks's watch in his locker, he saw little future in silence and concentrated on putting all the blame on Andrea.
It was her idea. She said he was an animal. She said all old people were animals. She said they were crazy and smelly and nasty, and she'd want to be put down before she got like that. I'd been driving the sergeant major to the station. I had his car. So I picked her up and we went for a drive. I'd been seeing her since that wet boyfriend of hers went to Germany. She brought a couple of bottles of scotch from the restaurant. We kept stopping for a drink and a bit of you-know-what.
Who first mentioned Mr. Deaks?
She did. I'd said if I had enough money, I'd buy myself out of the army. And she said there were a few hundred lying around for the taking at Charlie's granddad's. She knew where the back door key was, so we could get in. She didn't know where the money was. And he wouldn't tell us. He kept on looking at my uniform and saying Charlie, and it got on my wick. Was there any money, or was it all for nothing?
I was thankful when they took him away. I'd got as close as ever I had in my life to striking a prisoner. Our next stop was Haycroft Grange to pick up little Miss Andrea. This time we took a squad car, full majesty of the law, with the mid-Yorkshire insignia on the sides. I didn't want the Sir William Pledgers of this world thinking the force could be relied on to be discreet for their sake. Sergeant Will came with me and shook his head over the unsavoury solution to the Deaks case.
Jalot and Andrea, what a pair.
As you say.
My God, they took risks, didn't they?
They were both half cut from the sound of it. And she had her wits about her enough to realise using the outside key might be a giveaway. So she faked a break-in, but she put the wrong one back in the shed. Can't you get past that damn green van?
The road's a bit narrow, sir.
Well, give him the bell then. It's like a bloody funeral procession. Good, he's letting us by. Leave it on. I like a bit of Sonny Lumiere. Let those gun-happy bastards up there know we're coming.
That's a bit odd. The van's reversing, sir. I think he's turning round. What's he up to?
Well, does it matter? We've got other things on our mind. So, we advanced on Haycroft Grange, trumpeting our presence to the world. I wondered in passing if Andy Dalziel was one of Sir William's guests today. If so, he was due for a surprise.
Another of the same, please. Sir? Thanks, son. Sir? No, not for Mr. Charlesworth. Doesn't touch the stuff.
Very for me, thanks.
Well, Arnie, bad day for brass monkeys.
Mr. DL?
Yes, love?
Telephone for you, sir.
Oh, thanks.
Will you take it in here, sir?
No. No, in the hall, is it? I'll take it there. DL here. Christ. Yes, why not? Not much point in doing out else, is there? Well, what the hell's happened now? No, it bloody isn't.
That sounds like your lot, DL. I didn't realise you were bringing some friends.
Me neither, Sir William.
Ah, Barney's gone down to see what it's all about.
Has he now? Well, maybe we'd better go too. You come with us, Arnie.
And so Weald and I, in pursuit of our lawful occasions, were met on the steps of Haycroft Grange by Arnold Charlesworth, an indignant Sir William Pledger, and our very own Andy Dalziel breathing fire. Since we'd stated our business to Barney Castle, he'd calmed down considerably.
It's all right, Andy. Your colleagues are here because our new maid's got herself into a spot of bother.
Maid? You pair of Midsummer Night's Dreams have come here about the maid?
She's wanted for questioning, sir. Sorry to disturb you and your friends, but it's a serious matter. Suspicion of being an accessory to murder.
Murder?
Yes, sir. The Deeks case.
Bloody hell, you don't half-pick your moments.
It's all right, Andy. They'll be away in a couple of minutes.
Is that right, DL? Is all this noise and drama just so that they can arrest one of the maids? For God's sake, don't they teach you fellas anything about discretion? I'll be talking to the Chief Constable when he gets back.
You're privileged, sir. I think you'll find the Chief Constable knows about most of it, but not the maid. No one bothered to tell even me about the maid.
What then, if not the maid?
Sir William, I have reason to believe that a private aeroplane belonging to Van Bellen International has been used to smuggle quantities of heroin into this country.
What? Do you know what you're saying?
Oh, aye. The question is, do you? On the whole, I think not. But Major Castle here does. Isn't that right, Barney?
You bastard.
Curiouser and curiouser. Castle wasn't looking at Dalziel, but at Arnie Charlesworth. And a small convoy of cars had drawn up outside. Half a dozen men and a black Labrador jumped out and came up to us. They were looking at Dalziel, interrogatively.
Superintendent Dalziel?
Don't even ask, you wouldn't believe it. And now you're here, you'd better improve the shining hour. It'll be somewhere among the pheasants, most likely. If Rin Tin Tin doesn't find it, you'll have to get your fingers bloody.
Right.
Sir William, why don't you go back in the warm? This shouldn't take long.
By whose authority are you doing all this?
I've got a warrant here. I didn't expect to use it, but it entitles me to pull this mansion of yours apart brick by brick if I have to. You can ring the DCC or the Chief Constable himself in the Bahamas. They'll tell you the same.
It won't be the police I ring!
You staying, Arnie?
I'm staying.
Good. You can keep an eye on the Major.
Pleasure.
Sergeant Weald, think you can handle this last single-handed? I'd like a word with Mr. Pascoe.
Yes, sir.
Over here, Peter. Word in private.
What's going off, sir?
I'll tell you what should have been going off. There should have been a man called Vernon Briggs, who's a game dealer, driving happily towards town with that little lot of birds in his van. I believe you passed him on the road. Green van.
Well, yes, we did.
Unfortunately, he was so dead scared of being overtaken by a cop car with its hooter going full blast that he turned about and set off home like a peppered rabbit. I can't blame him. If you're on your way to pick up a kilo of heroin, you don't hang about when you see the filth.
Well, I'm sorry, but how was I to know? And just a kilo with this performance, I'd have expected at least a ton. But who are these people? Customs and excise?
Mainly, with some of our drug squad. But you've missed the point. There's this ring operating out of Holland. It's developing its UK outlets, going in for a lot of small runs. This is one of them. But the drugs boys don't just want to stop this line. They wanted to follow it through to the central distribution point, somewhere in Yorkshire. Vernon Briggs and his van was to be the lead in. No longer. When he doesn't turn up, alarm bells will sound all along the route.
I really am sorry, sir.
Don't let it worry you. These fancy schemes usually run into cock-ups. I was for going in feet first and kicking it out of them.
Them?
Castle, mainly. I doubt if Sir William knows anything, but I wouldn't put my pension on it. First sniff Pledger might be involved, the chief was off across the Atlantic. Didn't want to arouse suspicion by refusing invitations to shoot, and certainly didn't want to be around when the balloon went up. Top-level decision not to tell the deputy chief. Stupid. I had to fill him in myself the other day. You should have heard him.
What was your connection?
Through Arnie Charlesworth. He knew naught about the racket, but he knew Castle. And when someone remembered that Arnie's lad had been full of dope when he crashed his car, they had the bright idea he might be willing to help. He was. The idea was Arnie had let on to Castle I was bendable and had done him a few favours with customs and excise. It went like a dream. That accident last week put the seal on it. Castle's convinced I was driving and there was a cover-up.
And you weren't?
Only as far as the road. Then Arnie made me change over. You can pull in Mrs. Warsop and Abyss now, by the way.
Is Abyss mixed up with this?
I doubt it, but he did know Castle well enough to appeal to him when you started leaning on him, and Barney asked me to lean on you.
I'm glad you weren't driving.
Peter, you never doubted me, did you? I bet there were cocks crowing thrice all over the station last weekend.
That analogy didn't have to be pursued very far to break down. The hunt for the hidden heroine seemed to be taking rather a long time. The searchers were going through the pheasants a second time, and the Labrador was cocking its leg against a wall, indicating a loss of interest in the proceedings.
Mr. Dalziel, you saw there was a consignment this week?
They thought so at the Continental end.
Well, there's nothing there.
No? Well, I'm glad it wasn't my idea.
I'm sorry if
Never mind, Peter. There's worse things than a career in traffic control.
What the... Just a moment, sir. Hector, Constable Hector.
It's all right, sir. Mr. Dale knows I'm here.
But does he know you have this strange attraction for dogs? Quiet, boy. Hector.
Yes, sir?
Open your coat.
I thought it was fair dues, sir. I mean, we do all the work, and who's to miss 'em? One bird was for me mam, and one was for me Auntie Sheila.
Let's have a look. Mr. DL, sir.
What is it?
Constable Hector here has made a remarkable discovery inside one of the birds.
Well, well, well. This is what we're looking for. Hector, lad, I don't know how you've done it, but I love you. No traffic control, Peter. Now we can pull Castle in.
Between ourselves, Hector, what on earth did you think it was? You must have seen it.
I thought it were the giblets, sir. Well, they always come in little plastic bags.
And that was that. All questions answered. All police questions, that is. Ellie rang when I got home.
You got back all right?
Just about.
I'm coming home tomorrow. Mum says she was glad of the rest and she'll be in touch if she feels she can't cope. But I got a faint whiff of not being too sorry to see the back of me.
I can't believe it.
Oh, you smug swine. Look, the problem's not going to go away. You know that, don't you? You who understand everything. And it'll get worse.
Oh, it's life we're talking about, is it? And it was. The moment I'd put the phone down, it rang again. It was Dr. Sowden to tell me that Mrs. Escott was sinking fast. It wasn't really my business, but I found myself back at the County General. She's still here. Isn't there somewhere else?
A kind of dying room, you mean? Afraid not.
I really don't know what I'm doing here. Aren't there any relatives or friends?
No, none close enough to be brought out on a night like this.
So we're it.
That's right.
Not much to show for 10, is it?
Her pulse? There's just a faint flutter.
Mr. Pascoe.
That's right.
Mr. Pascoe. I saw Tap.
Yes?
He spoke to me.
What did he say?
Winner. Tap says the winner is...
That's it, I'm afraid. Nurse?
Yes, Doctor? All over.
All over. Inspector. I wonder what her friend's tip was.
It's not knowing that makes horse races. We walked as far as the lifts, and I racked my brains for something to say. Exit lines. Final partings. Every parting should be treated as a rehearsal for the last one. Everyone should have some piece of farewell wit or wisdom at his tongue's end, but for most, even the best prepared, this was how it would be. The doors closing, the light fading, the lift descending with nothing said, nothing communicated. The lift doors were closing.
I pressed the open button and stepped out again. Sowden looked mildly surprised. Some rehearsal, eh?
What?
Now, how about that drink?
After the weekend, we've a one-off drama from Mystery Playhouse by Mary Belloc Lowndes, a prolific English novelist and the sister of the author Hilaire Belloc. In an unrecorded instance, we hear of 32-year-old Hetty Mingle, who is single and ignores her dying mother's advice about fortune hunters. But we'll have to wait until this time after the weekend to see whether she'll end up regretting it.